Hi everyone, this is Jackie, and today I'm going to show you how to submit your paperwork to the office through DocuSign transaction rooms. So the first thing I'm going to go to is go to the website at realestate.docusign.com, or if you're using a tablet or phone, you can just download the app DocuSign TR, and I'm just going to log in. So I'm just going to log in as my default account. As soon as you do log in, you're going to be at your dashboard, which is this little icon here. The dashboard is just going to give you a brief overview of all the recent activity that you've done. But for today, we're going to be creating a new transaction room and uploading a new listing. So we're going to be using this icon here, which is the transactions icon. So I'm just going to click on that. And now right away, we're going to see these are all the active listings that I am currently working on. Under the review section, this will be anything that is a deal that's currently being processed and you're waiting for admin. And under close, we'll have anything that's sold, firm, canceled, expired, pretty much anything that when you're done the file, it'll end up here. So just keep in mind that transaction rooms never get deleted. They just get saved. So you can use this as your online filing cabinet and storage for all your deals. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new deal. So we're going to press this new blue button in the top corner, and we're going to need to fill out the information. So what we want to put in is the street address under name. I know it's tempting to try and put your name, your client's name, but admin has requested that you put the street address. If you want to put your client's name, just make sure that you put it in brackets. This just makes it easier for admin to find, and you can find as well. Under address, we're just going to repeat the street address again and fill in the following information. I'm just going to make this up for now. Under your role will probably always be real estate agent or real estate brokerage. So we're just going to take agent. And your transaction side, you can change this at any time. So we're going to start with list side, and then we can change it to list and buy when we sell the property. Now you can also upload a property photo. I always like to do it, but you don't have to. This is completely optional. I just find it makes it easier when I'm sorting through all the deals. And now we create the transaction room. So your transaction room is essentially going to be an online file folder for all the documents and everything that has to do with this deal. So the very first thing we see is we have a bunch of sub-tabs within the DocuSign transaction room, and we're in the Details sub-tab. The Details sub-tab is going to essentially replace the deal sheet. So this is where you're going to be putting all the basic information about your deal. Now this is a new listing, so we don't need to fill this out quite yet, but when the property does sell, we will be able to fill this out. Just to show you how, you're going to press the edit button in the top corner here. It'll just take a few seconds, and you'll be able to edit all the content. You can choose your origin of your lead, and like I said, you can choose to switch the sides, put your seller's name in, and you can just tab through the fields. When you're done filling everything out, you can just press save. Though I should point out along the bottom here, you will have a few headings that have admin written in front. You don't have to fill those out. Those are for admin, so you can just leave those blank. So once done, I'm just going to press save. And there we go. We can edit this at any time. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my people section. Every transaction room you create, there will be, by default, a few people that are automatically added to every group. Anyone who is automatically added to this group or anyone that you add to this group will be able to see all the documents that you upload into your transaction room. So right away we have ourselves, the transaction owner, and we have Jamie Johnson, who will be in every group, as well as our two admin staff, Andrea and Nomia. So they're just there so that they can keep an eye out on things, and obviously when you're submitting paperwork, they're the ones who will be processing it. So because we're doing a new listing today, we're going to have to add a new person. So we're going to add Olga from the front desk at Harbor Square. Now, when you click on this add button, we'll have invite via email or add from network. I should point out that we can add pretty much anyone, your clients, a mortgage broker, lawyer. However, I do recommend just adding people from our network because not everyone might be familiar with the program. So I'm going to go add from network, and I'm just going to start typing Olga's name here. There we go. And we're going to be asked to select the side, so she's on the listing side, and we're going to have her as a transaction coordinator. You can really put her as anything. I like the transaction coordinator. So we're going to go ahead and add. And now she's added to the group. That means she now has access to all the documents that we're about to upload. So now we're going to go to our Documents subtab, and we don't have anything up here at the moment. So we're going to be adding documents today from our computer. So essentially from our computer desktop, hard drive, but we're just going to press the Add button in the top corner again. Your Add buttons will always be Add New, always in the top corner. We can see here that we have Add from Computer, but you also have the option to add documents from your Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, and Box. You can also email documents directly into your transaction room, but we'll try and do that in another video. So we're just going to go to My Computer, and we're going to choose the documents we want to upload. These probably won't all be correct, but we're just going to kind of upload them anyways. So here we go. So now we've uploaded all our documents, but we're not quite done yet, because even though everyone can see the documents that are uploaded, they're not necessarily going to be notified that you're ready and they're done, just because you could be just uploading things to get everything prepared. So next we're going to add a task list. This task list you will need to do in order for admin to recognize that your paperwork is done. So we're going to go to this Actions button and click on Actions, and we're going to attach a task list. There we go. Now we have a whole bunch of task lists for different situations. Individual files like waivers, working with a realtor, as well as groups of them for like competitor sale of our listing, cancellation, buyer rep, all sorts of things. The two that you'll most likely be using is new listing and quick deal submit. So this is when you're submitting a deal, this is when you're submitting a new listing. So we're just doing new listing, so we're going to create that and we're going to attach. Now right away we notice that we have 4 different parts here. These are the 4 pages that we're needing, or the 4 paperwork that we need in order to submit the deal. So all we really have to do now is drag and drop. So I'm going to just click on the listing promo here, and I can drag and drop it into the slot. And immediately it turns blue saying needs review. Now I know a lot of people will end up scanning all their documents as one clump, so we may have to split those up. So let's just create a document. Let's just open one of these up here. So I'm just clicking. And when we do click on a document, we will be able to see all the different pages. So we're just going to separate this into 2 different files. So along the top here, we have our action bar. So we're just going to click Document Actions. And we have a few actions that we can do. So we can email this to somebody, fax it to someone, download it for our own files, or print it out. But today we're going to split it up so we can submit it. So when we press split, that we see that we get all of our pages. So we're going to split the schedule from the rest of the agreement today. So on the left-hand side, we can add how many files we want to split it into. So for instance, I'm going to have our agreement to lease, and then I'm going to have our Schedule A. So now we're just going to be assigning each page to which file I want it in. All I have to do is click the corners and select whether I want it in file 1 or 2. So I want file 1 because that's our agreement to lease. And now for this one, I want this in file 2, so I just use the drop down in file 2. Once they've all been numbered, we just press save. And now if we go here, we have our agreement to lease as well as our Schedule A is separate. Now we dragged and dropped before, but I know that can be difficult on a tablet or if you're using a laptop. So all I'm going to do now, another way we can assign it to the task, is click on the task, and all the documents I've uploaded have already been listed here, or you can upload a new one as well. So I'm just going to click agreement to lease, which I believe is wrong at the moment, but it doesn't really matter because this is a test. And then we have our working with a realtor. So I'm just going to click, I think I have one that says working with a realtor. There we go. And maybe I don't necessarily have the MLS listing. So if this happens and you need to be able to fill out all of the tasks in order to submit it. So if I want to just delete this because we don't have it, we're just going to go to our Tasks tab. And we can see this is the one that I haven't submitted paperwork for. I'm just going to click the corner here and press delete. So now if I go back to documents, I see they have all my documents. Once I'm ready and I'm ready to notify Olga that the listing is ready to go, or if for any deal really, I'm just going to click on the Actions button and I need to press Submit Task List. You'll always remember, because right now this is gray, but if I do Submit Task List, and then we'll be able to write a comment. So Olga will get this, as well as all the admin will be able to read this. And now that's turned blue. Once Olga has looked at the documents and reviewed them and uploaded them, you will be able to you'll be able to see that she's done that, and they will turn green. And that's it. So thank you.